fat rod racing mower. In this video, we're going to be doing a pulley swap on the engine and on the jack shaft to number one, gear it down just a little bit. In fourth gear, this thing doesn't reach full RPM and it's still dang hauling butt, so it just kind of makes sense to gear it down. So we're going to be doing that. This is a 4-inch pulley, this is a 5-inch pulley. And another reason why I'm doing this is because torque converter in this thing, the 40 series torque converter semi-automatic. Stock, this thing engages at like 1600 RPM, and every time I went to hit the gas and I don't know, just drive around, the springs had kept falling out and the rollers kept falling out of place. So I have to take the thing off every single time and put it back on. So I upgrade the springs to like I either put medium weight rollers in there or red springs. It was one of the two, and the engagement is like 2200 RPM, but I had to do that, otherwise the crap kept slinging out and it was really annoying. So the engagement is pretty high, and it's like a dang ultimate stall converter. I mean, you have to then rev the thing up, and that thing just, it freaking jumps every time you get near a gas pedal. And when you're going at 30 miles an hour, skipping gears and crap, the torque converter don't really want to fully release whenever you push the clutch in, and it's really hard on the transmission also. Okay, so to give you an idea on the size of these pulleys, this is a 4-inch pulley, it's a 5-inch pulley, this is also a 5-inch pulley for the pull starter, and this is a stock 9-inch pulley that goes on the transaxle. This is also the stock engine drive pulley. So basically, this is going to be on the engine. This pulley here is going to be on the bottom of this jack shaft, and the pulley that you see right here, this is a 8-inch pulley, and under here I believe is a 3-inch pulley. So obviously you can see this is like putting this pulley on the engine and putting that stock little pulley on the transaxle. That is basically the gearing that's on this thing right now, but with these slight gear reductions on this thing, it should slow it down just a little bit. If you look under the off-road mower, you will see that is the old mower deck drive pulley cut and re-welded on top of the shaft, and that is like a 5.5-inch, but it's a deep well, and that belt runs back to another 5-inch pulley on the transaxle. So the workout for today is lifting this super heavy front end of my racing lawnmower onto the jack stands. It's not light either. This thing actually weighs a good bit. This is what this thing's gonna look like when I get this pulley swap done. But anyway, let's get to removing this. This is why you use anti-seize, y'all. Things are a lot simpler. Oh, shit. By the way, this is actually a 5/8 belt. I would like to go 5/8 on the off-road mower for the belt friction reason. So here it is in all its formal glory. And if you set that pulley right here, this is the pulley I'm going to put on it. Now you can see the wear mark where the belt has actually gone right there. That's the farthest out that belt has gone. And if you compare that, that is just a tiny bit bigger than the diameter of this. So I got the measuring thing on there. And as you can see, that is about 4¼ inches wide. Now the total width of this thing is like 5 3/8 or something like that. And this was just big enough to be able to clear the clutch pulley, because I hate the way the clutches are designed on this thing, because if you look, it's an expansion style rather than a compression style, and it's right up against the front pulley. So, it's really hard to pulley swap these things because you can't go above a certain size. So now let's get the bottom pulley on. Alright, so I got the pulley off of the jack shaft, a little bit of rustling about, and the mosquitoes are freaking tearing me up, so I got that fan going. This is the pulley that's going on the engine. This is the one that came off of the jack shaft. This is a 3.5-inch. Again, this is a 4-inch. And yeah, and here is what it's going to be replaced with. So let's get it on, shall we? Alright, so I got it all on there, all screwed in. I'm going to put my bolt back in and tighten everything down. Alright, so I took the belt off because the belt is a little bit too short, but just doing a little inspection of these pulleys. This one right here seems fine. A little bad, but still really good, so I'm just going to leave it. So here's the old 68-inch belt. And here's a quote-unquote new 5/8 69. This belt has been sitting up there on the shelf for quite a while, and turns out I need it. So I did in fact get the rear pulley installed. I just put some anti-seize on it, slid it up in there, and put set screws in. And yeah, it goes on there perfect. And this new belt I just got is not long enough. So I got a long 1/2-inch belt that I'm gonna wrap around there and basically go to the other end and zip tie the end of it, and then take the belt off, then take it to the belt store, put it in the belt finder, and find out what size I need. So I am at Tractor Supply now, here in the belt section, and my luck is gonna be they're not gonna have the belt size I need, but I'm gonna put this thing in the belt finder. So that actually worked out really good. I know the thing said 71, but all they had was a 70, so I got that, and just for fun I double checked it, and it is actually the perfect size belt. So we're gonna get back to the house. I'm actually gonna stop and get something to eat real quick, and then we're gonna throw this belt on and take this racing mower for a spin. So there we go, belt is in. This belt does seem a little bit tight, but I think once you run it a little bit, because these belts do need to stretch, and once it stretches a little bit, I think it'll be perfectly fine. So now since we got all that done, let's change the pulley under the seat. All right, so I got the clip out and the Allen set screw loose. So now I'm gonna try to finagle with getting this thing out of here. All right, so boom, got it off, and as you can see, this is the old one, this is the one I'm gonna put on there. It is slightly bigger. It's not gonna make a huge difference, but it'll help a little bit. So I'm going and stick this on here. And I know some of y'all are wondering about the input shaft play, so I know y'all can't see that much, but it really is not moving that much up and down, and not that much side to side motion either. So I mean, this transaxle is doing a dang good job, I gotta admit. All right, so after a little while, the pulley is finally in there. I had to loosen up these bolts right here and take a couple of washers out, as you can see right here, because I use these washers to put tension on the belt. So I had to adjust that a couple times. I think I got it at a good tension because, you know, it's pretty tight, but still has some slack in it, just like a regular chain. I kind of wanted to build a auto adjusting tensioner right here, but I just never really got around to it, and I don't really think it needs it, because I mean, it works fine, honestly. So off camera, I was adjusting the jackshaft pulley to align the belt with the engine pulley, so it's not all like this and crap. I got it aligned pretty good. Definitely cannot jump this thing because the whole front end would just go. So, that was awesome. Drove the thing down the road. The thing is really loud, and the camera doesn't really do it justice, but the thing sounds a lot better in real life. Yeah, I drove it maybe about half a mile to like the other end of the neighborhood where the sign is, where you turn in from the main road. Yeah, thing does really good. And again, I'm not satisfied with anything for some reason, but it's geared a little short now. I think I only got like a top speed of like 35 or something, considering how high the motor is revving, because the motor's probably revving close to 4,500 RPMs, which is pretty insane. And I do not want to blow it up, so I'm not going to risk pushing it a little bit more just to see what the top speed is. But about 40 miles an hour is probably where I'm going to consider it safe anyway, because 50 was just, I mean, it was too scary, literally in fifth gear. Because, I mean, look at this. You go 50 miles an hour with that much play in your steering wheel. Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. So I think 40 miles an hour is going to be fine for this. You saw when I was driving it down there, I was going through the gears pretty quick. You know, that's because the whole thing is geared a little bit short. So if I increase, you know, the final drive just a little bit higher, not as high as it was before, but just a little bit, I think sixth gear will have a pretty good, you know, top end speed. So I'm actually going to put this pulley here back on it, because trying to undo this and tighten the belt and move all that, that's just a little too much work. So I'm taking this off, and what I'm going to do is put this punch in here and tap it with a hammer to get it off, because I hammered the thing on with the socket to get the belt alignment fine, but for some reason it just wanted to seize on there. So this actually came in handy. So I'm going to put this pulley back on, put the 5/8 belt that I have that should fit back on, and should be the perfect speed. And if I want to put this ratio back on, I can always just swap it back in, no problem, and, you know, have a lower ratio. So there we go. Got it in place. This is actually the 5/8 69-inch belt, and it just fits, because I was getting really frustrated that this wasn't going to fit, but it's pretty much exactly the same as the 1/2 inch. So I took the mower down the road to test out the pulley ratio, and yeah, it has the perfect ratio now. Not too fast, not too slow either. Seems to have the good, you know, balance in between there. So I'm gonna leave the pulley ratio at that. I just ran it down this little area right here as I normally do. Didn't really get on it too much, just kind of went slowly, testing it out. Went all the way back because I don't really want to make the neighbors upset. But I will, however, give you a little sneak peek on what the next video of this racing mower is gonna be about. Let me know in the comments on what you think it is. So I think it turned out really good. Let me know in the comments on what you think, or what you think I should do better. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, click all the other buttons that YouTubers tell you to click. If you didn't like this video, click on thumbs down twice, because 2's better than 1. 3 more doesn't work, and that doesn't count for likes. And yeah, y'all should see me in the next one.